Good morning, everybody. Welcome to A Day at the Lake. My name is Jody from Yoga by the Lake, and I am inviting you to take a day with me to see what it's like to hang out at the lake all day. What I do, what Rob does, and what that kind of entails. Well, the first thing that happened today was I got a call from my friend who we're working on a children's book together, and we're hashing out some of those details early this morning. And now I am going out for my walk, but before we do, we're going to check out the lake. So we're one of the really fortunate ones on this lake. This is Lake Huntington, that we have a lake lot that comes out right from our property right across. So you can see all the fish that were in the shallows are swimming away there. And then it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. It's only like 75 right now, which is fantastic. It's probably gonna get pretty hot and muggy later on. My morning routine is to wake up and go on a little walk if it is not thunderstorming out, because that wouldn't be safe. So I'm going to be walking from here all the way across and over and over and over through the street until I get to the end of the lake over here. There's no way to walk totally around the lake and see the lake the entire time. If you do, you have to take a major highway, and I'm still recovering from a knee injury, so there's a really big hill on that I'm just not really up for right this minute. So I'm going to take it nice and slow, stay on the flat ground, and also be able to check out the lake as I go. So this is the parking lot of the church, but it's one of my favorite places to walk because for a moment I feel like I'm in the woods somewhere. There was a little turtle and it just popped its little head out. It's busy today. There was a bunch of construction happening at a house. We have this guy over here doing some weed whacking. The view is still gorgeous. This is one of my favorite spots up here. Just the view in general is really awesome. It's like you're through these pines and you're seeing the lake truly like in that Catskill upstate sort of way. Whereas otherwise the lake is pretty busy. It is so many cars today. You can see the lily pads have all bloomed, and there's tons of fish down there, little sunnies, pumpkin seeds down there in the water. Rob and I love fishing, so that's one of the things that we like to do. It's one of my favorite scenes. Just really peaceful. You could almost imagine all the bedded down deer in the field. This is probably the best view you can get of the lake is over here. And you can see it's opened up. Really lovely. We walked all the way around to exactly where I said we would. And now we're going to turn around because there's nowhere else to go. Do I wish I had more friends around the lake to hang out with? Yes and no. I mean, the friends that I do have here, which I'm hoping will someday make a debut on this channel, are quality people. They're really invested in what they do. They really care about their neighbors. And so it's okay to have fewer friends when the quality of those friends is just really amazing. But back to the idea of having more friends around the lake and if that would make me happier. I think that part of the cool thing of this channel is I get to have this really nice experience with you and show you what my life's kind of about. And then I encourage that you leave me a comment. If you're enjoying the content, if you want to see more about Lake Huntington, different projects we get up to around the lake, you can let me know, and I absolutely will try to film some of that and show you my perspective of it all. A few places for sale around here. Lakeview Pizza is for sale. I don't know if it comes with the Lakeview motel and cottages. But if you're interested in lakefront property, you have a good business venture idea, then you can come on over to Lake Huntington because they have a few things for sale around here. So I earned my 200-hour certified yoga teacher certification in 2015, and it was right after my mother passed. And it was such a life-changing experience to be in Costa Rica for a month and earn this certification, do yoga, 2 times a day, do the yoga philosophy throughout the entire day, and then learn about it. That is something that I came back to my home with this idea that I was going to try to live every day like I'm in that situation still. And it's a really challenging thing to do. One of the best ways that I can do that for myself is to keep trying to go outside, being outdoors as much as possible. Living by a beautiful lake certainly helps, and having a horse really does help with all of that, because it really feels like, I don't know, I'm in this whole other universe of just existence when I connect to nature and connect to animals in that way. She did the best she could with what she had.
I started talking. Got her back today.
Oh yeah? She's so soft. You're so soft. Good girl.
Yeah, family coming tomorrow, so Dennis is out shopping and he's gonna look for bee pollen.
Oh cool. That'll be awesome. All right, we're back for our walk. What's for breakfast?
Whatever you want.
What are you doing? Good boy. You're so good. We got eggs. Okay, I have my coffee here and I've had my nice breakfast. Now it's time to go up to the studio and grab what materials I'll need to create a yoga sequence down by the lake. Whitaker is out in his catio. Let's go say hello. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hello. What are you doing? He's such a good boy. So they go into the catio through the window. You can kind of see it there. The window has a chute. They can walk right in and out, and they love it out here. It's probably one of the best things that we've ever done. And we have these little bird feeders out here so they can watch the birds and the squirrels and chipmunks. All right, Whit, I gotta get to work, buddy. And this is our pride and joy. We just got the driveway paved. And as you head up, you'll see that I have constructed this pathway with all of these beautiful golden mandalas as you head up towards the studio. I'm always carrying way too much stuff. And here's the studio without the curtain. So I'm going to use my camera and my tripod today. There was some sand left on the bottom of the tripod from when I was shooting one of the meditation footages? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think that's all I really need though. I keep a lot of the materials for yoga down by the lake as well, so they're in both spots. You know what, maybe I'll turn on the air conditioner before I go so that when I get back, it's kind of nice and cool up here. All right, so the basic setup, I will do a sequence for this video down by the lake, which I haven't done yet, but I've also done a ton of recording down there, so it's not going to be super challenging. So those of you who are just tuning into my channel, thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment if you're enjoying yourself. My modality is gentle and for recovery, so you will see all of my yoga videos incorporate gentle yoga and moving to rebuild and rehabilitate the body, mind, and soul. So that's what I will be working on today in this video. So as I'm walking out here, there's a lot to clean up before we get started. Okay, so the camera's all set up, but we have people who are playing very loud music and fishing right next to the dock, so this will be interesting. So this was extremely distracting. The technology wasn't working. I had people with motorboats playing music in the background. There were kids yelling. It was not what I thought it was going to be, which is super relaxing, but that just goes to show you that the practice of yoga is all about just dealing with distraction and being as present as possible. So this is done. Now I just need to put it into the computer, edit it up, and that's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna plug in this camera, get everything uploaded onto the computer, get cleaned up down here, and then back up into the studio we go. All right, I had to take a shower because it was sticky and gross outside. So now I had done a full costume change and I'm back upstairs. There's a lot to do here today. I have a very messy studio. I was in between things last week and then kind of got off my game on Friday when we just had to make an impromptu visit out into town, which is a half hour away. So anytime we decide to go anywhere, it usually takes a good chunk of the day. I have my freelancing gig that I need to give some time to today. I have my art stuff I'll need to do. I'm gonna do some of that after I'm done the day, like just kind of a cool down, relaxing activity at night. I also have to work on the book that I'm illustrating with my very good friend Sharon, and we're hopefully going to get that to... I still have to create a design for my online store and do a bit of editing of the video here. So this is where I'll be for a while this afternoon, and then hopefully I'll get to go to the barn and enjoy my horse. So sometimes part of my day is just troubleshooting for hours. It's really, really frustrating as somebody who works in design and art. I want to spend most of my time creating, coming up with ideas, making those ideas make sense. And then at the end of the day, I end up spending hours just trying to figure out why certain things aren't working when they've worked 1,000 times in the past. I have a piece of technology that holds my camera and it was working for about an hour and now it's just not working anymore. And I have other things on the computer that will work for every other time I use them, and then I need to use them and they don't work, and I don't understand what that is. It's just this thing with technology. It makes me really frustrated because I get this flow going in my day and then all of a sudden nothing works. Let me know in the comments if that ever happens to you and what you do when that happens to you. Me, I just try something else and I give up because there's just no fighting it at that time, and then I come back to it. Let me know what you do. I'm going to put on my smock and start to work a little bit on my craft fair artwork. Hopefully I'll get somewhere with that. I started getting really kind of just pent up with the computer and just trying to get things to work. So I need a break. And this is how I de-stress and kind of take some time for myself. So let me show you the process that I have going on here because it's kind of an extensive one. So you'll notice I have all these pieces on the floor. So these are all primed and ready to go. I created my own gessoed canvas and then I kind of box out a section for where the sky is going to go. I need to paint this with acrylic paint and then let it dry. And that is what my nice drying cable here is for. I can put a lot of artwork on here to dry if it is kind of seeping through the back, and then I put on the fan and let that dry out. So before I get started on painting anything, I need to prime some more work. So this is just some muslin that I'm going to be using. You can see where I traced out the size of the artwork. These are 8x10s, and I do have some much larger 16x20s in here, but this is very soft and porous. So what ends up happening is the paint goes right through the back. So once they are primed, they look like this, and you can see it's a lot thicker. The paint has come on a little bit onto the back, which is fine because it's going to keep all of this paint on top. So I'm not going to lose a ton of paint to the back of the canvas. See that? So this is why this priming is really important. So we'll put this on, and then we're going to open up some of the gesso, and I'll show you what it looks like because it's fun. I really like it as a material. Priming has always been something that I do enjoy, so it's nice to take that break away from the computer and the graphic design and just a lot of information all at once and come back to my tactile reality with this. For me, painting has definitely grown into this extremely relaxing, therapeutic moment that I get in my day. So it's something that I look forward to. And for a really long time in my life, it didn't carry as much weight as it probably should. Like just a few minutes, maybe I've been doing this for like 15, 20 minutes. I feel so much more calm, able to carry on with the rest of my day. It's something that I don't want to live without anymore, and it's caused a really big shift in what I want to do with my time and my energy. All right, so this is really fun. This is setting us up to make the sky. So I'm going to start by creating the sky here, and it's only going to need to come down like 1/3 of the canvas, and then the rest will be what I do with the embroidery, which you'll see later today. Okay, so I'm starting with a nice big brush. I'm gonna do some water, and I want it to go from purple down to yellow, so I'm actually gonna start with my yellow. Definitely one of my favorite parts is when all the artwork is laid out and drying, and I get to see all that hard work that paid off. So that's cool. I really have to clean up now and head over to the barn if I want to do that today. So my cleanup's kind of fun. So everything is picked up, and now it's time to go downstairs, have some dinner, and then head out to the barn, and then come back and work on my chores and my artwork. So after all that hard work, it is now time for dinner. I just got changed into my riding clothes. I'm gonna go work with Caspian, and then
Gorgeous fucking good.
yeah, and Whitaker is up on the table to have dinner with me because he thinks he's person, not kitten. Would you like some taco? Would you like some burrito? No. No. Don't bat it, no. We were entertaining this weekend and Rob did this amazing spread of Mexican. He did tacos with steak and chicken and all the accoutrements. It was amazing. Whitaker, what are you doing? He is literally sitting on top of a zucchini. I don't understand. What are you doing, Whitaker? I like to get Caspian all set up before I go there. So today I will be bringing over our supplements. We do a hoof supplement and one for anything that's going on for respiratory because he's been coughing quite a bit lately. And I have prepared him a special snack. So here I have a cut up apple and I've just put a little bit of sugar on top. He thinks this is the coolest thing. So what I normally try to do are all my chores in the evening. So I've just put the clothes in the dryer and then I'm gonna go work with Caspian when I get back. Hopefully the dryer will be completely done. And we have this awesome hole in the ceiling because our roof is leaking and it has a hole in it, so that's not super fun. We have a bucket though to catch the water and hopefully those repairs will be made shortly. What I have found is that it actually helps me in my mental abilities to process my day if I do my chores in the evening, and it keeps me from really just hunkering down and focusing on social media or just spending a ton of time on my phone. So I'm gonna put all my stuff here, get my boots on, and then we're gonna head over to the barn. So the barn is not far away. It's about a 15-minute drive out past Bethel to White Lake. Right, just switching out his supplements here with the new bag. So he's all set to go. Everybody is already out. So I have to walk down and get him out of his paddock. And then we'll start with getting him ready to do some work. It is gorgeous out today. So beautiful. So he hasn't done anything for about 4 days. He'll be back on work today for hopefully 5 days. But to be totally honest, it has been atrocious as far as weather. It's been raining, thunderstorming. So we haven't really been able to do much, unfortunately. So it'll be exciting for him to go back to work today. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was just telling you how bad the rain is. It is pretty wet out here. So like I said, he's been out of work for a little while and he's being a little testy. You can tell he'd rather have his hay than hang out with me, but we're still gonna hang out. Yes, we are. Okay, so we are up in the barn, and the first thing I need to do is I need to groom him so that we're ready to put some tack on. So I always wear a helmet when I practice, especially because it... Hey! Stop it. I always wear a helmet when I practice, especially because this can be dangerous. You never know what's going to happen, and it's just safer to wear a helmet. I always wear gloves because I've had the rains cause a rain burn before. This is my saddle and my saddlebags. And so all we're going to need today is our pad that'll go underneath the saddle. We'll need the saddle. He'll need his bridle, which is here, and then we're good to go. So he is all tacked up with his saddle. He is super handsome. I'm gonna stop right now, and he's just giving me all sorts of indications that he is feeling a little frisky. He doesn't really want to work today. He's maybe like a little tired or a little just barn sore and just wants to hang out with his friends. So I'm gonna work him, and If I get video, then great. If not, then I'll get video later this week of us working together. But I don't want to be distracted, and I want this to be about him and our relationship without the recording happening. So that's what I'm going to choose to do. And I think it's a good idea. Right, Cass? It's a good idea. Cool. Drooling. And then when it's all over and he's got rinsed off and worked, we hand graze for a little while, and he kicks the flies away and he eats the grass, and he's very content and happy. Let me tell you, I consider myself a pretty active individual, but nothing will wear you out more than working with a horse. It is time for me to put him back, drive back home, take a shower, and work on chores, and then art. And then hopefully Rob will be back from his drill night at the firehouse, and we'll hang out. And there's Tony. So I'll be honest, I'm not the best rider, and I certainly didn't start off life with horses or anything having to do with horses. I never really learned how to ride until I was full grown and got into it. And I'll tell you, there is no better use of time. Really get back what you put in. And with Caspian, it's so obvious that when I pulled him out of the field today, super cranky, didn't want to follow direction, didn't want to do anything, knew he was going to have to work, so he was really, really just pushing all the buttons that he possibly could, like a kid would who didn't want to do something. And then as we worked together and we conquered all those challenges and we focused on our communication, it got better and better until the end. We're trotting along together and just having a great time, and you can really tell that it makes all the difference to spend some time with him. So I'm really grateful, and I'm very fortunate that this is my reality in my life at this point. And yeah, he's doing great. So we're gonna go home now. So I'm back home. I'm absolutely filthy. Before I jump in the shower, I'm just gonna touch up some of my gray hair here with a little bit of overtone. I'm not changing the color. I'm simply using some silver overtone, which is a coloring conditioner, and I like it just because it makes my silvers a lot less bright, and it's a conditioner. And I'm going to do this because it helps with that demarcation line. So there is no harsh chemical in this. It's just like a really nice conditioner. And I have been so busy working lately outside in the rain and everything that my poor hair just has been completely ignored. So I'm just going to take a minute here as part of just what I'm going to do before I start in on my chores. While I'm working on my chores, I'll let this set, and then I will rinse it out in the shower, and you'll see a little bit of a difference. It's not like a super bold difference. I really like this product. I've been using it for a few years now. Now it's off to do the laundry. So now all of the laundry is done, folded and put away. I'm going to start vacuuming, then my hair will be ready to be washed out, and then I can start on some artwork. Oh my goodness, I just found Monty, and he is sleeping so peacefully out here in the living room, and I'm not sure if I want to disturb him or not with the vacuum. So Monty truly didn't care. He just rolled over and went to bed the other way. Normally I would take out the trash, but it actually looks like Rob might have done that earlier today, so I don't have to, which is fantastic. One less thing on my list to do. Finally, I have finished everything, and now it is time for me to wash off and literally peel the barn clothes off and throw them in the washing machine. So I'll be back in a bit. So I'm nice and clean. You can see my hair looks awesome. It's still wet and it's going to air dry. But now it is time for us to choose some fabric for the artwork that we're working on tonight. This bin has a ton of different fabric in it. It all needs a good iron. I've just been kind of shuffling through, and I'm going to pick out my greens, my oranges, and my reds today, I think. So I have my snack here, my little piece of fruit. So this is kind of my setup. I sit on the floor with my ironing board and my artwork, and also a bunch of different fabric. And what I'm going to be doing is I will be using my pattern that I made, and I will be choosing different pieces of fabric for the colors of my landscape, and then I will be pressing it onto my canvas. This is the artwork once it is cut out and put together. So it's really fun. I love all the different layers, and this is kind of the new project that I've been working on. It's a really nice one. I love that I can just hang out here on the floor and maybe watch some Netflix or check out or hang out with Rob. So that's kind of nice. Thank you so much for joining me at the lake today. This was a fantastic day. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I am so tired from such a long day that we had together. I can't do this without you, so please subscribe, like, and follow me. I'd love to hear from you too. Comment, leave a comment below, and we'll check in later. I can't wait to show you a date at the lake with me again very soon. New things are coming. You know, we're constantly doing new projects here, so I think I'm going to add some of those in, and then you can see us struggle with all of those projects and have some fun on the weekend. All right, everyone, be well, be safe out there, and I will see you again at the lake very soon. Bye now.